Your piece of the gods. I love myself. Open your eyes so I can see, get y'all a chat. Ram got sun got all my y'all two my yachts, my text on clean this planet up. The Goa'uld, the Netawu, we in the building most definitely. Atum is like Atum deity, Shalom, Elohim, Yahshua, Yahweh. We in the building. Yahweh, we in the building, most high God. You feel me? You're not in tune with your higher self, Atum deity. We in the building. 3 is free. We pushing on my art, Lord, most definitely. Stay focused and stay balanced, you know. Protect your energy, you feel me? We in the building. Reminder Nation, Carbonation. Shout out to the Anunnaki, shout out to the reptilians. We in the building, most definitely. We're in the building, you know. Peace and love, family. We in the building. Okay, in this video right here, man, you feel me? This is the first broadcast, right? I'm just, you know, it's just only me on this broadcast right now. It's just only me on this broadcast right now. And I'm just dropping a quick little message for people for the beginning of this broadcast. And the beginning of this broadcast, I'm gonna just be talking about stop focus on things. It's not about what you like. It's all about what if you're attracted to it. Focus on things that you're attracted to. Stop focusing on things that you like. Because 95% of people in this world, right, I'm always focusing on things that they like. Always focusing on they wants, but not focusing on their needs. Something that you need is something that you really attracted to. Something that something that can last forever. Your lover, your soulmate, the source to this reality will be the most important thing that you should be attracted to. Everything else is just something that you want, that you like a pair of shoes, like a new outfit, like, you feel me? These people, places, or things. If you're seeking for external validation out of people, places, or things in life, you ain't gonna never know what you truly is attracted to. Till you meet the source of this reality and you find your soulmate and you become one with the Most High God, and you become the observer, the dreamer of this reality, because you live in God's dream through God's imagination, through his mind, through his body, through his mind. Everything is a holographic projection. Remember, stay focused, reflection. Stop deflecting. Stop being in your lower self. If you always focus on things that you want and things that you like all the time, you in your lower self. And this is the beginning of this broadcast, you feel me, that I'm be doing. Like, y'all gonna be seeing me, you know, do more abroad, like, you know, it's gonna be more of a people on on this broadcast doing, you know, videos with me and shit. I'm just freestyling for y'all right now, just dropping a good video, because it comes to my mind a lot that I always gotta focus on what I'm attracted to. I don't care about what I like. Like, you can like a dog, you can like shoes, you can like a lot of things in life, but are you really attracted to it? Something that you're attracted to is something that you got a strong connection with. So a lot of people don't understand that, but there's something that a lot of people gotta understand. Shit, I ain't know I had my headphones in my ear, but I don't care. I'm not really tripping for it. It was a nice sunny day out here. You feel me? Went to the store, did some errands and shit. But a lot of people know this is that you are what you attract. So if you study the laws of attraction, you will realize that you are what you attract, and you can focus on the flesh. The physical, the flesh, and materialistic things in this world to find out what you truly is attracted to. You got to go within yourself, right? When you go within yourself, you transcending gender and you transforming your mind to have the mind of God. Anything outside the mind of God truly doesn't exist. And the self-conscious mind is ruled, 95% of this reality is ruled by the self-conscious mind. And 5% of this reality is the conscious mind. But 95% of this reality that we in is ruled by the self-conscious mind. And if you're not tapped into the source to this reality to understand fully and truly what the self-conscious mind actually is, you ain't gonna understand what is real and what is fake. Because if you study the self-conscious mind, right, to understand the self-conscious mind can't understand the difference between what is real and what is fake, because in this world it's set up in a way of duality. Everybody, 95% of people you see in this world is fighting with the flesh and the spirit. They trying to compare the flesh with the spirit, and the flesh and the spirit is two different things. But a lot of people trying to compare the flesh with the spirit, and they get confused within their subconscious mind because they don't know the source of this reality to understand what is real and what is fake. Because they all battling. It's a battle inside. It's a spiritual warfare. Spiritual, everything is spiritual before it was physical. Everything spiritual before it was mental. So a lot of people, right, are battling with the flesh and the spirit because they're trying to understand if the flesh is real or if the spirit is real. Only thing is real is the spirit. So you gotta look at everything on a spiritual level, not on a physical and a fleshly and a worldly and materialistic type of level, which is mental and physical. Everything mental and physical, it's the trap, it's the prison, it's holographic imagery, it's 3D dimensional. You got to come back to that divine oneness, that one dimension, to understand it fully and completely of what this shit really actually is. But you got to transcend gender, and you got to transform your mind to have the mind of the Most High God, which is the Christ consciousness. It's the I am everything, and everything is me. When you tap into the I am, the Christ consciousness, you are tapping into the Most High God. Now you in tune with the Most High God. Now you have the mind of the Most High God. And we are pieces of the all. We are pieces of the source, right? It doesn't matter what direction that you're going at. You still are part of the source. If you're a part of the source of the problem, or you're a part of the source of the solution, which one is it? But like I said, people are so caught and wrap around and focus on the things that they like all the time, and they realize that why they keep getting the same results. And like I said, the internet give cowards an outlet to be lazy, to not do the work of God. Because just because you speaking it, you got to actually live it. You got to will the power of God into existence. And a lot of people cannot do that. Everybody saying that I'm God, I'm the Messiah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a prophet, but don't know what God really is, haven't embodied it. When you embody the spirit and when you tapped into certain beings and deities, a lot of fake ass goddesses out here a lot of people like these deities and these goddesses in ancient Egypt or whatever you want to call it, and they want to study Hinduism, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people want to tap into Isis, Hethra. People want to tap into Oshun. People want to tap into all these, invoking and speaking in all these deities, right? And Osiris and Nut, Gab, Akhenaten, Atum, Ra, Ray, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people want to speak all these deities, right, out into existence, right? They want to invoke all these deities because they like the ancient, they like ancient Kemet, they like ancient Egypt. And a lot of the Hebrew Israelites and a lot of the Muslims, right, in the NOI, they want to speak Allah, Muhammad, and Yahweh, and Yahshua. Like, they want to speak all these names, right? But it's like you waiting for a person to do the work for you. And when people are doing it, like I said, everybody is a piece of the all. Everybody is a piece of the source. Everybody's piece of the source, of the oneness that we all had come from and came from. But you got to understand, it's the entanglements within the universe. And we also got it's entanglements within the universe because people got entanglements within their mind through their astrological program design, because people were so focused on what they like, right? And they're not focused on too much of what they are attracted to. What you're attracted to is what you are. You feel me? You are what you attract. But a lot of people don't focus on who they are, and they looking for the opposite match for them because they cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is fake based on their self-conscious mind. So you got to really study your natal chart, right? You need to study your natal chart. You got to study astrology to understand. Astrology is a study of the mind. Spirituality is a study of the mind. If you don't study your mind and you don't truly understand who you is, you won't know what God is. For you to know who you is, you got to know what God is. The reason why people don't know who they are, right? And the reason why people are lost and deflecting and debating all fucking day and and getting so confused with homosexuality and sexuality, and we can't sit down and have a dialogue and talk about how to transcend and transform minds and how we can be one with God to become God and stop deflecting, trying to be something that you are not. You ain't gonna understand who you are and where you heading to. You ain't gonna know how to get back to the source till you know what the source of everything is. You gotta know the origin and the source where everything comes from. You can't just pick up a book and you just can't just listen to what a person's saying. Just don't listen to what I'm saying. If I'm not telling you what the source of everything is, or not telling you to go back to the source of where everything comes from to know what it is, you always gonna be focusing on what you like. I want you to know, like I want you to focus on more of what you're attracted to, because what you're attracted to will be considered to be the source. But like I said, based on your astrological program design and based on your disobedience for not pushing my art law and your heart not light in the feather, you ain't gonna understand what you truly like. I mean, you ain't gonna understand what you're attracted to. You're gonna be too busy focused on what you like. But anyway, peace and love, fam. Gang, I love myself. 3 is free.